I laugh every time I read a headline that says, the secretive backers of the platform. It is working. Our lines are working, guys. The secretive backers, and it's all started from a spin-off piece about we spend an hour with the secretive backers of the platform. Well, how secretive can someone be if they give an hour-long interview? Our next guest, of course, is kept very, very busy taking phone calls from Klaus Schwab at the WEF or the Church of Scientology or, I don't know, or Joe Biden or Donald Trump, so he can pass on the messages as to how I, as the editor of the platform, can subvert democracy. He's also always got Pfizer sending him instructions on what to do. He's my business partner and a big part of and one of the founders of the platform. His name's Wayne Wright, and he joins us on the line now. Wayne, how are you?
Good morning, Sean. Hey, I've just emerged from the volcanic lair to get better phone reception.
Oh, good on you. Good on you. Wayne, I love the fact that you're still secretive, though. You give interviews all over the place. Your name's on a public register. Yeah, it is silly, isn't it?
Hey, I like this netcaster. Kind of fits in with your fishing persona too, doesn't it?
Yeah. Though you'd never use a net getting trout, or you might get in quite big trouble.
Maybe it's netcaster the noun and streamcasting the verb.
Yeah, actually nice. And I think we can change the world on that. Wayne, look, I don't think we can proceed. First, I think we've got to say that we lost another one of our founders and fellow directors in the platform this year in September, suddenly and unexpectedly, but more importantly, you lost your mum, Chloe. She was a big part of what we've set up and what we do, eh?
Well, look, losing mum was incredibly tough. She was a family matriarch in every sense of the word, and dying so suddenly left us a bit confused and lost for a while. I'm really glad that her and I left nothing unsaid, and she knew how everyone in her family loved her. And I would say there's absolutely no way we would have financed the platform without her support and resolve. You know, she was brave, determined. She stared down everybody that confronted her. But, you know, all those same folks she battled with called us to express their condolences and support when she passed. I know she would have been proud of the work you and I are doing, and I kind of feel her on my shoulder watching on sometimes.
Yeah,
I really do.
Ditto. And it was, I can remember the day I first met you and your dad, and then your mum walked in the room. I thought, there's only one person I've got to convince that this is a good idea, and that's Chloe. But she does leave a hole. But when I want to talk in a bigger sense, you know, we're an unusual business, I think. It's not just the dollars or cents, though I know you want me to pay more attention to that and do better. But we're about changing the world, and we're about fixing some problems that we saw in the media and our democracy and the way we communicate with each other. And you might have expected, some people said, oh, now the government's changed, your job's done. I said, that was never what it's about. And it's not really, is it? There's still work to be done.
Oh, look, Sean, it's huge. You know, in my other business activities, trust between me and my clients is central to the relationship. And it's really hard to believe that MSM have been able to carry on so long when the public continue to hold them in such low regard. I just don't get it. I know you were half joking when you said we weren't interested in buying NZME when we visited there recently. But rather than go all Elon Musk, I'd prefer to invest in an open, fresh network with a clean slate. Because I think MSM have a snowball's chance in hell of ever restoring trust, especially when they continue to be so openly arrogant and biased.
Yeah.
That said, they do have a few nuggets of talent that would be great in our team. I'm sure they'll alienate one of them at some point so we can expand our host list.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, Wayne. Neither of us want to give away too much now, but I think we've decided that the platform is going to grow, not fade away, and that the only way for us to keep achieving what we want to achieve is to grow and offer more to the people who listen and engage people on a wider number of fronts next year.
Well, that's true. Look, I know you've been keeping a lid on what's coming, but I'm really excited about the expansion ideas that you and I have been kicking around. The platform is getting close to washing its face now, so we're ready to invest in more tools and features to give our listeners really a more comprehensive news, opinions, and engagement experience. I see more hosts, more app features, more delivery methods, and more original and shared content in our future. As always, you have exclusive editorial control, of course, but at a broad strategic level, we're not interested in the 10 best ways to serve strawberries or how to make your cat turkey over. There's enough of that drivel from the other guys. And I'm sure that you'll be keeping everyone updated as our new features roll out.
Yeah. And Wayne, I do want to emphasise this, and I want to say thank you to you, and God bless you, your mum, Chloe, and your whole family. I made it clear when we set this up that you had to leave me to do my job in this regard. And, sometimes you say, why'd you do that? I didn't like that. And you've never put your foot on my throat and said you can't do that. And you've always respected what I consider to be the covenant of making this work, and that is that I don't have owners who are trying to tell me how to be a journalist. And it's hugely... A lot of people I talk to and people in this game cannot believe it. But it is true. And you're very good at the stuff you do, way better than me. And that's how this relationship works. Also, I just want to add, the crazy stuff we get, and I know Chloe used to get people saying, oh, you're this or you're that. I mean, you're apparently a religious nut job, right-wing religious nut job who cooks babies and stuff. But it has worked. And I don't think you're secretive at all. In fact, quite the opposite.
Look, well, I appreciate that. But, it's a two-way street. You've taught me a great deal about the media too. Jury's still out on the fishing, though.
Yeah.
Look, I'm more fun at work than I can remember. The other stuff that I do is relatively bricks and mortar, ho-hum kind of business. And this new space, it's really quite exciting. I appreciate that I've been able to give you a little bit of insight to running a company, and you know how hard it is to make $1 and even how hard it is to hold it.
Yeah.
I know you work really hard behind the scenes to keep it all going, because people like us are always open for business. So I'm sure you have a couple of well-deserved hours of break coming.
Yeah.
But looking forward to getting together over the holidays to really flesh out the platform's 2024 Go Big expansion.
Yeah. And I got to say too, I mean... geez, I miss Chloe. I know, by no comparison the way your family do, but that was a blow for us this year, and your family's been amazing watching you guys come together and get through that. We're going to catch up in the new year in Tauranga, which I'm looking forward to. And Wayne, thank you. Thank you for sticking with... I was saying to someone the other day... in some ways, I'm a bit like your yacht, your super yacht. Totally. But we said we were going to change the world, and it wasn't about changing a government. It was about making the fourth estate better, having better discussions as a country and a nation, and doing that from with good motive. And I think we've stuck to that, and we can do more of it next year.
Sean, look, thanks to you and the team for keeping it going. You guys work really hard, and I certainly recognise it. Mm. Anyway, I've got to run. I'm hosting the Illuminati AGM down at the Lava Lake, and who are coming to blows over the last...
All right, say hello to Klaus Schwab for me, and just send me my writing instructions this afternoon.
Will do.
Thank you, Wayne. Fellow director of the platform and founder of the platform, Wayne Wright Jr. Very secretive man. We've got this handshake and everything. And that's the great thing about the platform. We're 100% New Zealand owned. We haven't taken a cent from the government in advertising or from PIJF. And it has been a privilege actually in the second year of operation, to have survived, because any startup, I think you go through a period where you figure out what you're doing, how to do it, you fine-tune it, and you say, this is difficult. Do you give up? No, you don't. You keep going. And as I said, we have got plans for next year to be bigger and better and brighter, though we want to keep doing the basics well. We're going to need good people with good attitudes, so we'll be hiring some more people. But always keeping our eye on the prize. That is good public discourse, a good, healthy fourth estate, holding those in power to account, not being biased, not being propagandist. That is the whole point of what we do. Sean, expansion? Surely not. According to your social media trolls, you won't last, and you're on your way out, didn't you know? Yeah, Ian, funny that, isn't it? Merry Christmas to you and the whole platform team. Your value to the political and cultural landscape is second to none, and I want to extend a massive congratulations for a stellar second year on the tools. Here's to a massive third year and onwards. Potentially have some big plans happening next year myself with a move overseas, but I'll promise I'll keep listening, no matter the time difference. Got to sort out a visa next year in Wellington, so I'll stop by and shout you guys morning tea when I'm in town. Simon, I would love to see you. Thank you. Sean, that secretive guy, was that AI, says Chris. Hey, Rachel, how are you?
Hey, Sean. I'm good, thank you, mate.
Good, nice to hear from
really
you.
good hearing from Wayne there, and I think first off I'm going to say thank you very much to him because he's helped create something in New Zealand that New Zealand needed with some fair, honest commentary in the media, which is what you are providing. You and your team, with Ben, with Marty, with Miles, with Michael Laws, everyone. I think you're doing an astounding job, and I'm pleased to be a listener and regular. Okay?
Thank you, Rachel. So, and I'll tell you
Merry
what.
Christmas to everyone.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your contribution. Thank you for all your calls. You're part of it as well, Rachel. Have a very Merry Christmas.